Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. With that, it's time for the AFC Championship. And to call the action, as they have all year, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Oakland Raiders and the Houston Texans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him on it.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. A good kick, 49 yards. Just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Adams, the man in motion left. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Set! No, check, Patriot! Over! Watching now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Leopard! Watching now, Barney! Back up! Let's go! Over! No, check, Patriot! Over! Set! No, check, Patriot! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Another run, this time McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working on smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
That one goes for 24 yards. First down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's now 3-0 Texans. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eddie Vanderdoes busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Raiders have recovered. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. And a great spot to start this drive from here. From the pistol, it's Gurley. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Throwing his car on third down. Being chased out left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Berry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And now out comes Houston. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Shift together here from the D-line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second down, here's Carr. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now they try the right side here, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Fights loose. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Carr now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. See if they stay on the ground for second down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. A swing pass caught, and they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jarrad Davis in there to get him for a loss of 5. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now a handoff looking right. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This one away by the punter, Dar. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
To throw, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Hey, 734. 734. Express.
On play action, it's Carr. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
From his end zone, it's Carr on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
start this drive in the air. Going up top. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Now they try the right side here. They had some room to roam now. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on.
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Now a handoff for Gurley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Carr. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They'll run it here with Blount. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Time running out here on the play clock. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. Now Carr throwing on second down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Gerald McCoy in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Amari Cooper, 31 yards. And the Raiders are back within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now out comes Houston. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They run the counter now on first down. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage. So I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady. Get those gains and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Play clock winding down. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Again they run with Gurley. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come out here in the eye. They'll go to Blunt. Try and pound it in. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They're going to look to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Getting late here in the fourth, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And now out comes Houston. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Texans on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Boom, landing.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Let's get into the weeds here a little bit, partner. The Raiders last year, road games only, committed the most penalties in NFL history for the most penalty yardage in NFL history.
Yeah, hard to believe in something they have to shore up when they're playing away from home. The Texans on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And it all rides on this one play, a trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. On the handoff, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They run. It's Gurley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go. Now a give running left for Gurley. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Oh, now whistles. And unless he was drawn off, and I don't think he was, this is going to be a 1st down. And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they talk about the Super Bowl itself. All that hard work to get to your goal, incredible.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With that, the wait is finally over. It is Super Bowl Sunday. For the call, here's our veteran duo of so many Super Bowls, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Well, Larry, the 2020 NFL campaign has seemingly given us highlights for 10 seasons, but it will all come to a close tonight as we welcome you to Super Bowl 55, the double nickel from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, our second straight Super Bowl from the Sunshine State. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. After all the talk, it's time for football, and here we go. Super Bowl 55 is underway. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
fake. Prescott escaping the pressure right. He's got him in. Complete. They give him a gain of 37.
Let's face it, it's tough to defend guys just in regular time. But when they get extra time, when the guy maneuvers outside of the pocket, that's just almost unfair, because now trying to stay with the receiver, very, very difficult to do, and a big play is often the result.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Screen play, Johnson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Steps away to his left, and he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Play action now, Prescott. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Now he'll escape to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
So now on 4th down, Sean Payton's going to turn it over to the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. Davis's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.